Sorry. Right. Okay, so Joe's freaking out. Right, okay, so hello everybody, welcome to the sound test. Oh. Welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at Cubasis 3 and lo-fi, making a kind of a lo-fi stuff from various apps, including some of the stuff including Cubasis, of course, and I've started with lo-fi tape piano here. I want to do some stuff with this drum. Before we go any further, I'm going to kind of make some adjustments because I want to duplicate some of these kits. This kit, for instance, I want to duplicate it at least once to add some hi-hats in on a separate track. But if I make this the way I want to make it first, when I duplicate it, it will duplicate the effects and stuff like that as well. So that's very cool. So I'm gonna just select this like this, and we're just gonna copy and paste. And we don't want this to go on forever, so we're just gonna copy we'll paste it 5 times just to be on the safe side. I'm gonna run this along like this. And I'm going to make some I can also actually copy the piano as well, so copy for now, because the piano will change as well, but it won't actually change this. It won't actually change that sequence, but I'll over the top of it I'll play, which will sound really nice when we get kind of halfway through it. In actual fact, just to be on the safe side, I'll where do we go in here? I'll duplicate this a few more times. So yeah, so copy, paste. I just don't want to run out of it. I have to kind of start duplicating it again. And we'll just copy, paste. Oops. Let's move that back to there. Yeah. And I am copied, paste. That'll do. Just because I'll need to maybe drop stuff in and out and things like this. So let's try and get a little bit more lo-fi on the drum kit, and then I can duplicate it and add some hi-hats. And I'm using the Alan Morgan vintage kit from Cubasis as well, because it's vintage already and it will have been recorded with vintage mics, etc. and stuff like that. So let's just have a let's mute the drum, the piano for now. And in our insert effects, I think the first thing that might be really nice actually is Powell's Time Machine. So I'm going to add AUV3 effect here. We can just go and find Time Machine down the bottom here. Now I was going to do the phase mutant tonight, but I'm doing it tomorrow night because I got the dates wrong yesterday. So ST. So hopefully we'll find Time Machine here. The shimmer ST. Now Time Machine. Here it is, Time Machine effects, and we're going to be using Tape Pro as well, and various other bits and pieces, maybe Real Bus, stuff like that. Anything that's going to try and give us that lo-fi, bleed saturation, anything that's going to give us that kind of lo-fi feeling. Hi Jamie, hi Jim, hi Rexcellent, hi everybody who's here, hi Cara, Stephen, everybody. We're going to stick in Time Machine here, and immediately you will hear the Time Machine will start to add this really nice kind of crackle. Now, on this particular setting, the 1900s gramophone, I don't want that because it's too much, you know. So I'm going to push the year up, and there's no wet and dry mix here. So I'm going to push the year up. To about 1983, lower the hit a bit, and the where and the warp. And now, from what was actually quite a lo-fi sound, is much better now for what we want, sort of thing. And you can hear it's still there. So once you freeze that, you can get rid of the effects and stuff, and you won't hear the actual effect generating noise. So I'm quite happy at the moment. Maybe a little bit of reverb, maybe not. Let's just try adding a little bit of reverb in. And I think I want to use the actual app called Reverb, which is by Tone Boosters. Here, there is Reverb, and let's have a look what's going on. Let's just make it a little bit bigger so I can see, and maybe choose a quite like that. Get a little bit of delay on it. I'm going to dial back the width. That's really nice. So there you go. So what I'm going to do now is duplicate the vintage kit and all its settings. So all we need to go is oops, I've duplicated a bit too many times there, because all I want is the actual settings, and then I'm going to select all of those and erase them. And if I mute this now and arm this, my hi-hat's going to have exactly the same settings as the previous one. So I'm just going to record. I can get away probably recording maybe a couple of bars of this. So I've got scrub on, so let's just unmute the lo-fi piano, and so I'm just going to record a couple of I mean, you can get away with just 4 bars of it, because it's only so not that. Only want to record it on this one, so I'll just have a quick practice. Yeah, that'll do. It's only the hi-hats I want, really, so I'll make sure I don't really need, well, let me click on anyway. Okay. Awesome. So we need to duplicate this, obviously. So I'm going to go to where my track starts, and I'm just going to make sure I'm selected on the track that I want to duplicate. Otherwise, I'll be duplicating other things as well. It's already selected, so all I need to do is press copy and then paste this along. And now I have my hi-hats all the way across my entire drum kit and piano piece now. So this means that now I can start to make some edits to the beginning. What I'll do is, and I'll freeze these, and then once the drums are started, drums aren't the most important thing here, but you know, they are obviously part of it. So for the first, obviously 8 bars, I think I'll take them off thing. I'll just get rid of this, erase that one there, and then that'll basically do it, I think. Okay, so now we're kind of happy with our drums. Now, obviously, in the real world, you'd probably spend a lot of time. You could add bits and pieces, more tracks, etc. But I think for this is absolutely fine. We're just going to freeze this first track and freeze the second one, and then I can take out Time Machine, and it won't make any. Well, it'll be gone anyway. It won't make any noise while the track's not running, sort of thing. So there's this, and then for the second one, we'll just freeze this as well. Okay, and then I can quite happily just delete those tracks, and you'll notice now that there's no more Time Machine making noise in the background, but it's been baked into our frozen track. And okay, so I think like I want to add some bass. I'm feeling like a double bass here, so I haven't really got this prepared, so I'm guessing that there's going to be a double bass. Oops, cancel that. I'm guessing that there's going to be a double bass inside BS16. I think there's definitely a double bass inside Pure if there isn't. So I'm going to look for adding another MIDI track here before we do any freezing on this track. That's fine, because I want to add some more bits. So I need to duplicate any adjustments I do to that track as well when I add another kind of piano layer over the top of that, bit like we did with the drums. So MIDI, acoustic piano, and I'm pretty sure there's probably an acoustic bass in. Do you know what? This might well do it actually. I'm going to go with bass. Oh, do you know what? That's going to be absolutely fine for what we want, because obviously I'm going to affect it. Let's just go and see. Give it some bit. I'll just put the channel strip on. Maybe give it some extra drive. Yeah, and it's quite the simple idea this is. So it's nothing. The thing with lo-fi kind of chilly, because this is chilled, kind of relaxing. I don't want to be going too nuts, you know what I mean? I have a tendency to go bonkers, but let's see what happens when the drums come in. About here, I'll just push in the bass. See what it sounds like. Yeah, I'll look at FL Studio again when they sort out the interface. So our drums will come in now. And I'll bring a bit of bass in here, edit. I think that sounds all right actually. So where did I say we'd bring the bass in? We'd let it play once through. So I'm guessing around there would be good for the bass. Maybe, yeah, around about there. About there to be fine. So, because this is a kind of a building track, it's not a piece of music as such. There's time limits, you know, you've only got like 45 minutes, 50 minutes or something to do something like this, but that sounds good. That sounds quite nice, because it changes, it will change again there to another kind of bass line. Yeah. Should we affect the bass now? So okay, I think with the bass, we've got the channel strip on. We want to let's put Bleed Saturator on it, but we'll be very kind of gentle with the saturation. Look, there's Face Mutant waiting for tomorrow. Bleed Saturator. And the nice way to add saturation here is we need to be careful of our volume, obviously. So it's full wet at the moment. We'll turn this down and we'll drive our wave shaper. We don't want a lot. Otherwise it'll start to sound synthetic. That's really nice. So it's gentle, it's not. But it sounds warm, it sounds driven. So I reckon from about there, let's set our loop points the right place for this, and we'll drive this one back a bit. So it kind of only goes maybe a tiny bit of variation up to there. Sounds almost like tape saturation. I don't want to use Tape Pro on individual tracks. I want to put Tape Pro on the master mix if we've got time. I think maybe a tiny bit of the yeah, that sounds okay. So a couple of bars of that and that's fine. So let's do this. Hang on, I just need to make sure as well that I'm armed to record. Yes. So are we on? Yeah. We're ready to rock and roll. actually sounded, I think, not too bad. Good enough for this anyway. Let's have a quick listen to how it actually did sound. Sounds quite nice, I think. Now, I don't think the lo-fi piano needs any more lo-fi adding to it, because it's designed to be lo-fi tape doesn't need anything more to be sorted out with it, because it is what it is. It's a and it's absolutely lovely. And we have lots of presets as well we can mess with, but with inside lo-fi tape. I think, are they there? Yeah. So this is coffee piano if you're interested, but there are loads of cool things in lo-fi tape. So it's doing that at the moment. And then over the top of that, I'm just going to add these three chords, which is an A minor, an F, and it's actually a C. It's a C major. I think it's a C major. C major 7 or C7. It might be C7, not major 7. And then the next chord is just a C, E, F, and an A. I'm not even sure of the name of the chord, but it sounds nice with that. So let's see how it sounds. So after this kind of bass bit, we'll run the bass bit again from kind of halfway through. And then here I'll add, what I'll need to do as well, I'll duplicate this, and just for, I can take out all of these second one, because this is where I'm going to add the other chords. This is a good way to get how you want the instrument to sound before you start duplicating, and you'll duplicate all the effects and stuff with it as well. That's really, really cool. It'll save you tons of time. So we can erase that. Now we've got this kind of thing ready, armed and ready to go, and we can just see how it sounds when I bring in my other chords, and you'll see it sounds really lovely, but we'll have to add a different bass line. So without having to change these chords, adding these other chords is really lush. I say. Might sound nice in there as well. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. So from here, and I think I'll reset my time there. Twing. So anywhere to about bar 41 will do, and make sure we're on our correct point here. So yeah, so we'll record now onto this track, and you see they almost disappeared, although they're still there. They work so well with the chords, with these chords. But if either or were missing, it wouldn't give that kind of really nice chord that it fills in. Okay, so let's do this, and let's see how we get on with these chords. I might not do the D minor did sound nice, but I think I'm just going to stick with the C. So. So I think that sounded good, no glaring errors though, so that's okay. Now I just need to kind of sort out some sort of bass line to go along with this. Now I'm kind of figuring what I'll do is, just for starters, I'll duplicate this one here. I'll just set that there, and we can make sure we're on copy and paste. Oops. Copy and paste that one there. So that's fine. And then it can kind of, the little piece can kind of end on its first part again. So I can duplicate this bass again. So I can just make sure I'm on there, copy, paste the bass, paste the bass. We'll move it along. Oops, hang on a minute. That can stay there. Actually, might need it again. So we're gonna just select this bass and move it to there, where it will come back in. Okay. And that kind of brings it to the end. So yeah, I mean, that'd be fine. So we'll just take that out. I'll erase this. Yeah, let's just see how that kind of sounds. Let's see how it sounds from, let's just play it through for now. With another bass line as well. That works really well. So we'll record that. While I'm gridding around, I'll just set it to bars. So it's easier. And let's just boink. And okay. I think that'll be good for the bass. So the bass, all the bass was, but it sounded really, really nice. Fits right in. Right, it fits right in there. Okay. Okay. And then back into first bit. Okay, so I think we need one more, because it's half eight. One more tonal element, which we shall add. I don't need to freeze those or anything. I think it's absolutely fine. Yeah, I think we'll add it just below this. We'll add another MIDI track and have a look. And I'm looking for what's it called? Mellow sound by you know what there we go. There's iPhillycorder. I want mellow sound. Oh, there it is. From Fingerlab. And nice. So let's have a look. Let's put the tube amp on. So this is mellow sound from iPhillycorder. Which is like their version of a mellotron. And for the kind of first section, when it comes in, okay, so for that first bit, I'm just gonna record. Let's stretch this out all the way. I really should turn. Let me just turn scrub off, playhead scrubbing off, because it's annoying sometimes. It's all right if you're trying to find something, you know. But right. Okay, I think that sounded quite nice. I don't need to duplicate mellow sound. Actually, yeah, I will duplicate it because I want to use another instrument. So, oops, we'll just duplicate mellow sound, and I can erase that piece of MIDI and go into this version of mellow sound and choose another sound. I'm just going to see what we've got here. Right, there's a couple of really good ones. The guitar is lovely, and we'll use it at a slightly higher thing. So let's see. Actually quite liked the little bit that came in kind of near the beginning, so we can record that sort of thing. So again, let's use mellow sound because it's full of awesome lo-fi. Oh mate, let's see. Let's not use mellow sound. Let's use lo-fi tape. See what other sounds we've got in there. So there's some fantastic apps for this kind of lo-fi vibe, you know, that aren't like super expensive. I could have used the IK Multimedia Meltron Sampletron, but I'll try to keep it straightforward. So I'm gonna just duplicate this. Actually, where are we? Duplicate. And again, I'll need to select all the MIDI in this piece and erase it. So here's our piano sound because it's just basically a duplication, and I'm guessing we're kind of already armed. Yes, of course. So let's go and see what we've got going on here for a kind of a it's nice. Oh, yeah, this is going to sound nice. And actually, let's see what we've got. Let's have a look what we can do to her. Quite like that. So let's see. Let's. I'm on the wrong instrument, sorry. So from Vault, let's what's going on here? Let. Double bass is off. Right, so let's see. Let's get on our. I really like this kind of like old. I love it, you know. I just think it's lush. Spent most of my life, you know, in the 80s and stuff, trying to make that stuff sound super. I wish that I hadn't now. Right, so let's see. Okay, slightly messed it up at the end, but okay, so that's a bit loud in the mix. So what was that number? what was that, number 7? Let's drop it down a touch. Okay, so now before we go, let's just go to our master track here and tap to add. I don't know if it's let's add in a tape pro. So all down here is Tape Pro from Colin Audio, and so this will be over the master mixer. Let's see what we've got going on here. So mix bus. Let's try warm mix bus. Oh, hear that now. So let's just switch it off and have a quick listen and we'll engage it. Too much. Although I quite like the saturation. Better. Okay, so it's nice as well because I've got all that like hiss now. Let's just see if we can control a little bit of that hiss, shall we? So where's this? There is static. And we could have some wow and flutter as well, although I'm not sure about that. Okay, so I like this tape cassette. Guys, thanks so much for joining me this evening. We'll play the track through while you say ta-ra to each other. I think it actually turned out okay. It got very close to the vibe I was looking for. Yeah, Tape Pro's a lush. It got very close to the vibe that I was kind of looking for. Yeah, maybe this. Maybe too much hiss in that one. Maybe we go for the MP Master. Yeah, I think it turned out. Let's just. Oh, absolutely, that's loads better. So that really does give a much closer feel to what I was looking for in the lo-fi. So yeah, it's lovely. Guys, thanks so much for joining me this evening. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, please consider becoming a Patreon. And if you want a super chat or super sticker, there's still time to help support me and Joe. Awesome stuff, cool beans. I will see you all tomorrow where we will be doing, well, all being well, Phase Mutant, which is not a phaser from Blease, which is just awesome. And I will see you all later. Thank you very, very, very much for joining me this evening, where we did this kind of lo-fi kind of vibey thing. We're kind of showing you my method for achieving that sound sort of thing. Anyway, of course, like when you're doing it properly, you could tweak for hours and hours and hours just to get it spot on, you know. Anyway, see you guys later. Ta-da! thank you very much. Bless you.